Assalamualaikum and hi. So now we are in chapter 9 where we cover how are you going to test your concept. In this chapter, you will know how are you going to eliminate your ideas before you test your concept. What is the product concept statement? And in the concept test, what is the purpose and the procedure? And last, what is the example of a concept test, which is the electric skateboard? First, there are surely many ideas that you need to eliminate before you test your concept. So with the help of the PIC will eliminate most new product ideas even before you develop into a concept. So what are the ideas that you need to exclude? The ideas where you do not have the technology. The ideas where you want to sell to the customer but you do not have any close knowledge. And ideas that actually offer too little innovativeness. Meaning to say there's too little incremental innovation or even just a merely not much technology or not much benefit coming from it. And last, ideas where it is wrong on other dimensions, such as it's not low cost and it's too close to certain competitors, which means that it's similar in the market. So now, here I will show you an example of a product concept. So here, you can identify in the product concept statement, it should have three elements, right? Which is the product, the form, the technology, and the benefit. So when you see this kind of statement, what is actually a product concept statement? So like I mentioned before, it should be a statement which anticipate technology or a form at least and benefits which is compared to other products or any other solutions that are already available. So if you can see here, a form would be a new electric razor. For technology, screen is so thin it can cut closer than any other electric razor on the market. The benefit, similar to the technology where it can cut closer than any other electric razor. It means that it is not similar with other products in the market. So it is proved beneficial to the customers. So you need to recall the importance of getting the responses to the product concept and not simply an idea. So that means that it's important to get the responses by the customers, whether that it is crucial or not, that this concept can be brought to become a product. Okay, so after this, I will show you what is the purpose of doing this concept testing. So here, in a concept test, you need to identify the poor concept first so that they can be eliminated. So when you eliminate the poor concept, you can estimate the sales of the product. Okay, so the product would enjoy the buying intention and the early projection of the market share. And last, by having a concept test, it can help to develop the idea or make trade-offs among attributes. So knowing that these are the purpose of having a concept test. Okay, so I will move on. Next, what is the procedure of the concept test? Or what is a guide to test a concept? So first of all, we need to prepare a concept statement like I showed to you just now. You can have it in a form not only like a narrative like I mentioned to you just now, or you can even become an illustration or make it as a model. So it is up to you, as long as it clarified the purpose of the concept. So again, number 2, you will decide the format, okay, and you can select the commercialization. You can also determine the price, whether you want to have a low price in the market or a high price when you enter the market. You can also select the respondent types when you want to test your concept. Would you like to test on the lead users, whereby the users are very expert in the product that they are currently using, or in a mass marketed users. Okay, you can also go to the response situation. Where do you want to have it? How are you want to have it? You also should conduct trial interviews, and then you need to analyze. So when you interview, you need to have a sequence. You can ask them, is the concept understandable? Is the concept that you're having believable? Is the concept important to the market? Is it interesting enough? Is it realistic enough? Do you think it will work? So you can ask them, what are the problems that they can see from your concept? And last, would they buy your concept? So all these answers, okay, you can study and you can form a profit forecast. So this is one example of a concept. Okay, so this example is called an electric skateboard. And following the procedure for a concept test, we shall start with the purpose of it. So the purpose is the ease of transportation for university students by creating the lighters. It means that the purpose is only for the university students to ease their transportation from their house or from their rooms, okay, to the classes or to their faculty, and also in a form of the lightest transportation. Okay, the sample population, like I mentioned before, is the university students living 1 to 3 kilometers from campus, and the format that to be asked to the respondents are in a form of face-to-face interview and also using survey. So you can use this example and apply it to your concept. So you need to have a verbal description as well. This is in a form of a narrative. So here it says that the product is lightweight electric skateboard. So these are the features of the skateboard, where it is easily folded and easily taken with you inside a building or on a public transportation like bus. And the weight of it, what does it weigh? 15 pounds. How can it travel? It speeds up to 15 miles per hour. And how can it be recharged? It can be recharged in about 2 hours from a standard electric outlet. And the benefit is it is easy to ride and has simple controls. Just an accelerator button and a brake. So this is a concept in terms of in a form of a sketch. Okay, you can have this kind of illustration as well to prepare your concept statement. This is in a form of a rendering, and you can have your concept statement also in a form of a storyboard, so they can see the purpose of it. So this is the prototype, which is more detailed, and you can also click on this video to watch how does the project is on, and then you want to select how are you going to do the interview or on the survey. So you can start with part 1, which is the demographic, about what is the individual demographics, which is how far do you live from the campus. But if it's not more than 1 to 3 miles, which is very near, so you just thank the customer and end the interview. But if it's not, so you can ask further questions like how do you currently get to campus from home, or how do you currently get around the campus. So the part 2 is you describe your product or the concept, and the most important thing is part 3, whereby you ask them if the product were priced according to your expectations, how likely would you purchase the skateboard within the next year. So there will be 5 boxes. Okay, and the last 2 boxes are the most important, whereby the data can be used to do some calculation, which I will show you later. So the last 2 would be I would probably purchase the skateboard, and I would definitely purchase the skateboard. So number 4, part 4, okay, additional questions, which are comments from the customer. What would you expect the price of the skateboard to be? What concerns do you have about the product concept? Can you make suggestions for improving the product concept? So you can ask them face to face so that you can have richer data. How can you improve your concept? So this is another way to do the concept test. You can do it verbally. Like for example, you are producing a tasty sparkling beverage. However, it can reduce the craving of sweets and between meal snacks, okay, which can help the adults and the kids. So it costs 60 cents. So for your concept, you can identify first how much would it cost to the customer. So that you can ask them whether it is too pricey or not, or is it too expensive. Okay, so these are the questions that you can ask them. Like for example, how different do you think this diet soft drink would be from other available products now on the market that might be compared with it? Is it too different or not at all different? So here it shows a 4 scale. Number 2, assuming you have tried the product and liked it, how often do you think you would buy it? So it's either more than once a week, in the middle, neutral, or would you never buy it? So this is another concept test, a verbal description but with a sketch. So they can clearly see how it can be operated. So this is actually a concept of an aerosol hand cleanser. So it is concentrated in eliminating the unpleasant odor, which can come from handling the fish, onions, okay, things that are very smelly, okay, that gives a lot of unpleasant odors, okay. And here in this description, it shows how can it be done, okay, by pressing the button, spray directly on the hands, rub for a few seconds, and rinse off under faucet. And it also again shows how much does it cost. So here there's a survey where the last two is very important. I would probably not buy, or I would definitely not buy. Okay, so these are the last two boxes can be calculated for the coming calculation. So this is what I mentioned just now. This is actually a forecasting sale where you would know that how much sales can be forecasted. So first you need to identify Q, which is the quantity of the product expected to be sold. N is the number of potential customers expected to make purchases. A is the fraction of the potential customer for which the product is available and the customer is aware of the product. And P, the probability that the product is purchased if available and if the customer is aware of it. So we need to get the P first. Okay, so CF is actually all you can get it from the survey. Okay, and the rest Q, N, and A, you can also get it from the interviews that you can get. So you can finally get the Q, which is the quantity of the product expected to be sold. With that, thank you.